This week on Delicious Ambitious, we're in London to meet Margo Marrone, founder of the Organic Pharmacy. Margo opened her first store in Kings Road, Chelsea in 2002 and has built her range of quality organic products into a highly sought after brand. We asked Margo how the Organic Pharmacy got started.
It started 5 years ago, but the idea for it started way before that. And it's really, I always say the Organic Pharmacy is an extension of my life at home and that of my husband and my children. So it was when I first became aware of what goes in our food, what's sprayed on our fruit and vegetables, what goes in our water, all of those things that you take for granted and you think that what you're buying from the shelf is really clean and very pure. A bag of salad, you would never imagine that they dip it in chlorine to keep it fresh. Or that an apple is sprayed up to 16 times with fertilizers, pesticides, growth regulators, hormones, fungicides. You know, you think you take a bite of an apple, what could be more healthy? And I have to say I was really shocked. And since then I started looking at the food that I was eating and being very careful. And then around 10 years ago I became pregnant. And I came across an article written by a professor in Chicago that talked about toxins in our skincare and how they would affect our children, our babies and ourselves. And again, that really shocked me. So that really made me look at skincare. And at the time, I thought I was using an organic skincare, which when I went and checked the ingredients, again, that I was shocked because I really trusted and believed in that brand. And you know, I bought it wholeheartedly, knowing that it was more expensive, but I didn't care because it fit in my lifestyle. So I went down to my local organic store and picked up a bottle of stuff for my baby, and I didn't think of checking the label because again it said organic and I trusted it completely. And then just something must have stopped me as I was going to the counter because I thought, let me just have a look. And as I did, it had all the parabens, all the formaldehyde preservatives, sodium lauryl sulfate, everything that I was looking to avoid. And I thought, well, this is really awful. I mean, I've been trained as a chemist. I know what I'm looking for. The average consumer who doesn't, what will they do? And that's really how it all formed, a place where people could come, pick anything off the shelf, and they know that it was clean, that I always encourage people to check ingredients anyway, but that we did the checking for them, and that it followed all our really strict criteria. So I set myself a list of criteria, backed with people that I knew would be able to give customer service, and that's so important. How many times are you going to a shop and the sales staff are really rude, nobody cares, they don't pay you any attention? And I thought, well, this isn't how it should be. It should be a caring profession. People come in, you should listen to them, find out what they need and help them because you genuinely want to, not because I'm here from 9 till 6 and I have to be here. And it's not about that. For us, it's not. So, in a nutshell, that's how the whole idea formed, and finally we were able to implement it in 2002.
Okay, so once you had that idea, how on earth did you know where to start with the implementation?
Well, the first part was really putting the whole business plan together, putting the idea together on paper, what aspects, where it was, and looking back at our original business plan, it's not that far apart. It's just much bigger than we originally thought it would be. And you then have to look at sites, costs, finding the suitable sort of shop. And I'm very fortunate because my partner is my husband, my business partner, and he's good at what I'm not good at. Mm-hmm. And that's really important. It's really important to know what you're not good at. And he's always good at saying no. He won't compromise with anything. It's got to be just right, every single detail, or he won't have it. Brilliant. Which is really great. Yeah. So I'm more of a, well, okay, that one's, no, he's like, no, it's not right, it's got to be perfect. So, we really looked for a long time before we found the right site.
Mm-hmm. So after you'd written the business plan and found the site, how did you sort of come up with the products, the ideas?
Well, we didn't really have an idea for products at the time. It was purely, I was looking at other people's brands and products that fitted all of my criteria. And then I would put them all under one roof. And when we first opened, we had all our own sort of tincture formulations, but also I'd worked on a base cream that I could mix my own custom blended herbs and oils. And that was really important to me because every person is different. And I would see them in a consultation, and depending on what their symptoms were, I could then blend a cream that was suitable for them, for whatever reasons, eczema, acne, psoriasis, and anything that they had. And eventually it worked so well that they would send their friends in, and word of mouth really got around. But also they would come back and say, well, that worked really well for me. Can you do me a cleanser, or can you do me a moisturiser, or can you do me an anti-aging, or can you do, and it all sort of, and I thought, well, okay, let me think of it and see what I can do.
Yeah.
And it was really great because it was a working project with my clients. It was what they wanted and what they needed that really the whole range developed. And it was sort of within the first 6 months that the organic pharmacy products started to come out and sit on our shelves.
So what sort of barriers have you come up against, and how have you overcome them?
Well, the first barrier was the whole idea of the organic pharmacy. I think first people thought it was a really bad idea, and many people did tell me, forget it, it's not a good idea, it's not going to... But it wasn't just about making a really successful business for us. It was what we genuinely believed in, both myself and my husband. And it was just a natural extension of our passion, really. So although we wanted to have a successful business, it was more expressing what we felt, our path in life, if you like. And so we really didn't pay too much attention to what the professionals thought. So after that, we then, it was really difficult to convince a landlord to give us a shop. And really, right up to 6 months ago, it was still really difficult.
Wow.
And I suppose maybe because we really set our sights on great locations, so there's a lot of competition for those anyway from stronger companies. And I suppose that the third one was really to stick to what we genuinely believed in. And for that, at the beginning, many people said to me, it's not possible to make an organic cream. It's not possible not to use the artificial preservatives. It's not, you start with a lot of enthusiasm, and it's quite easy to give that up along the way with people telling you it's not possible. But what we found out was anything's possible. You just need to know how to do it and find the right partner. So those were the main, and of course the other one was finding equally passionate people who share the same vision, the same ethics, the same drive, really. And we're very lucky that we have the staff that we have.
Yeah.
But they're all very carefully chosen.
Yeah. So what have been some of the highlights then?
Oh, the highlights. Meeting really, really amazing clients, really amazing women. One of my first worries was that, what I felt passionate about, other people wouldn't. And, people would think that we're crazy. But what I found was that, meeting some really, really amazing customers who, we're so privileged to share their life story and to be able to listen to everything, and also to see how passionate they are about the same things that we are. That I think that's been the most amazing thing. The other highlights were really, I suppose, for me and my husband, being told that it's a great business, really, really great business from people who don't care about organic, are not interested in that field. They can just see it for what it is, a really, really great business. But I suppose really just every day is fantastic. You wake up full of ideas and you're able to implement them, and just to make your dream come true is the biggest highlight.
How did you know then how to start marketing your brand?
I had no idea. I had absolutely no clue about marketing at all. And one day somebody came up to me and said, well, we do PR. And I said, well, what's that? And he said, well, we basically, advertise it to magazines. So I thought, wow, do I really need that? And he said, well, we'll charge you very little, and don't worry, we'll do a good job. And I thought, okay, fine, well, we'll give it a go. Yeah. And when they started asking for free products for the price, my heart would break every time. This is all handmade. We'd only make 10 products.
Oh, yeah.
So then to have to send them out. But now I understand. So I think when the first article came out, I really understood what PR meant,
Yeah.
and how important it was to a successful business.
Yeah.
Very, very important. And so that was my first introduction to marketing. But I guess, you know, the biggest thing is you can't replicate passion. And I hope that comes across to journalists and to the public and to what we do and stand for. So, but PR was our first real success.
And you had a lot of press coverage, which has been terrific.
Yeah, really great. Well, the latest one was Kylie, which was really exciting because she was asked what her favourite products were, and she listed us as the only brand. We're very unique in what we do. So it is great for the public and for journalists and for celebrities to be able to talk about and write about something that is a little bit different and maybe lifestyle led.
And it's very kind of now, people are much more aware now.
Yeah, they are much more aware, and that's really great, and it's where sort of journalists have such a big role to play, because I always say people should have the choice. If they're aware, then they can choose what they can believe in and buy.
From a fully informed position.
Informed position. It's different when you don't know about something, but when you do, then you can say, well, actually, I still don't mind using chemicals, and that's fine. You know you're making a conscious choice.
How have you built the organic pharmacy brand?
That's really my husband. That's his thing. He's always said from the start he doesn't want people who don't feel as passionately about them to stock them. So it's all about consistently designing the packaging, the posters, the website. It's all following it through the same sort of branding message, and making sure that people who stock the products do it in the way that is good for the brand.
Yeah.
And keeping that message right the way through.
The authenticity.
The authenticity, the training, the sort of staff who sell the product, really coming from a good place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have a mentor or a quote that inspires you?
Actually, it's Estee Lauder. I thought she was an incredible woman, just from what I've read about her. And you know, the one quote that she says was that, if I get this right, I didn't dream about it, I didn't think about it, I worked for it. And I thought that really hits it on the head. You have a dream and you have to work so hard to make it real. And you come up across all sorts of obstacles, and you just have to keep going and follow it through. And I thought that has always been a great inspiration.